So this video is about the symbolism worksheet and the composition worksheet for the identity tile. This one's worth 5 points. So you're going to identify 4 elements about your identity and make symbols for them. And remember, you can look for Google symbols or icons, and so I picked my 4 and then I drew some symbols that represented my 4 qualities. Remember, these are just sketches, so they don't have to be perfect drawings. You can erase, or you can just kind of draw over. Another thing when you're drawing is to remember that you don't want really detailed things because you're going to have to carve them out of clay. So I'm making this paddleboard here and it's really detailed, and I did struggle even as the teacher because of the detailed nature of the paddleboard and all the little tiny tight spaces. So you might just want to think about, as you're drawing that, how you could represent these things in a very simple way. After you do this, you're going to do the composition worksheet. And your composition worksheet is putting these 4 symbols together. And in class we talked about composition and different ways that we can put compositions together. This worksheet is worth 15 points, and it's for drawing, having a focal point, and space and depth. So drawing, the symbols are drawn with detail and it's easy to tell what the objects are. Focal point, there's a clear focal point to the composition. And space and depth, the symbols are overlapping to create depth. So you might want to try some different compositions. In there it says, what quality would you like to be the focal point? You can put a couple. So you can see here that I am drawing a couple where ceramics is the focal point, and then a couple where camping is the focal point. And then you want to overlap the symbols to create that depth. So you're going to draw on top some of the symbols on top of the other ones. Then you're going to go to your last worksheet and you're going to choose one to do your final composition layout. And you're going to be transferring this to your clay. So you want to draw large, and you want to make sure there's lots of spaces for you to carve and things aren't really tightly put together. So draw really big. You'll notice that I'm first drawing in pencil, and then I'm going to go with a water-soluble marker, and that's how you'll transfer it. The other thing is, if you do have any letters or numbers, you want to make sure that you draw these backwards, like in a mirror, because you're going to take this drawing and flip it over and put it onto your ceramics. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. But if you have like your initial or maybe your jersey number or something, make sure you draw it like it's mirrored form or backwards on this sheet of paper, so it'll be forwards on the clay. So you're using the water-soluble marker. These are Crayola Super Tips. Make sure that you're using a very dark one, like dark purple, dark blue, dark brown, black, and going over, making really thick, bold lines. So you want to use the thickest part of the marker so that it's easier for you to carve out. And this is where that paddleboard, I get to kind of in trouble because it was so tightly drawn and so tiny, and it became really difficult. So try to learn from my mistake and draw bigger. Before you cut this out, you're going to want to get my stamp of approval, so that little stamp that I do. So don't just do it and cut it out without that stamp. But you are going to then cut it out, and you'll see how I transfer it to the clay. So in the next video you'll watch is how you're going to transfer it to the clay. So I will link that video to this video and you'll watch it in class. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.